Hey, this is your boy Bob TV. How you doing today? Today I'm going to be real quick. I'm going to talk about third-party candidacy. It is imperative that as a government we have multiple voices who are able to share their voices when it comes to bettering this country. Right now, the League of Women Voters ran the debate process. Somehow, some way, they had that taken away from them. Now who runs the debate process is the Republicans and the Democrats. And they have put in stipulations to keep any people from getting into the debate stage, because all they want to talk about is their issues and their what they're winning on or running on. Tell you the truth, right now, you can't even tell the difference between Democratic and Republicans, because Democrats have merged over to becoming Republican lightweight. Hillary Clinton is the poster child of that. She's tout about being conservative, having conservative values. I got some conservative values. I got some liberal values. I don't agree with a lot of liberal things. I don't agree with a lot of conservative. That's why I'm an independent. I go with the one who has the most of the things that I believe in their platform and that I'm pushing for. So she, former Goldwater girl, she loves when Republicans support her. Why? Because she is a lightweight Republican in a blue dress, literally. Now, I'm not talking about Monica Lewinsky's dress. I'm talking about she got her own blue dress. Anyway, so they control it. We as the people have to find some way, somehow, to bring that down. You shouldn't have to go through a poll percentage in order to debate on the stage. Your criteria of debating on the stage is the ability to get in at least 50% of the states in the United States. Have the ability to at least have a shot at winning the electoral college numbers to win the presidency. Jill Stein is on that. Gary Johnson is on that. And I'm quite sure there's more people who's trying to get on it. There's multiple parties. So Gary Johnson, Jill Stein, Hillary Clinton, and Donald Trump need to be on that stage. And the reason they don't want them on that stage is because they're going to talk about the policies. Donald Trump is going to try to make Hillary look like a buffoon, and they're going to smear her, and she's going to smear Donald. It's not going to be no real policy issues and things that's going to help you. And that's why we need these two on the stage. Now, I lean toward Jill Stein, So, and people say, why Jill Stein? Because Jill Stein is the female Bernie Sanders in this race. I mean, the things that Bernie Sanders was running on, Jill Stein and the Green Party was running on that before Bernie ran for president. And it's true. Go look up the Green Party platform. Green Party are usually mostly disenfranchised Democrats. Once they saw the Democrats were leaning toward the corporate class, they decided to beef up that organization because they don't want to be a part of that system. They want to be a people-oriented, people-driven, people-moved, people-pushed political party, something that the Democrats used to be, something that the Republicans used to be. And then the Democrats end up taking over, and now both of them are corporate-centric, and all they care about is the elite, and they don't care about you. They say they are, and they'll do whatever they need to do or say whatever they need to do to get your vote. But when it's time, your time, especially my people, the black race, they ain't going to do nothing for you. Now, what does Jill run on? No, first of all, you go do your own history test. On my YouTube, Bob TV YouTube page, there's a link, me, Jill Stein, a female Bernie Sanders. Watch the video. She's going to go over the policies. More important, I'm going to go over some of the policies that you may not hear about on TV because they don't know. They're starting to give her TV time, but they don't give her enough TV time, and she needs to be on that debate stage. So there's going to be quite a few links on the Facebook group, Bob TV Facebook group, encouraging you to sign that all these other people get a shot to have their voices heard. Whenever you muzzle out other voices in the election process, that is called tyranny. That is the foundation of fascism. Both the Republicans and the Democratic operate in fascist mode, and especially the Democrats. They top Republicans. They talk about Donald Trump and the things that Donald Trump says, but the things that Hillary Clinton has done and the DNC has done to make sure she get anointed for the position, that is fascism. So let me get to Jill Stein's platform, and I'm out of here because I have to take care of some business. I love you guys. Thanks for the birthday gifts and wishes, okay? All right, so Dr. Jill Stein is a brilliant, compassionate medical doctor, and as President of the United States, she will create a Green New Deal for 20 million new jobs by transitioning to 100% clean renewable energy as a national emergency, saving the environment and saving ourselves. Next thing she has on her platform, people just keep calling me. Why you keep calling me and I'm trying to read this? Please. You will set up, she planned on setting up a federal minimum wage of $15 per hour. $15 per hour, same as Bernie's. Second thing, she want to make public college free as a right. Most countries, most industrialized countries, they don't make you pay for it. It is a right to get an education. It should be, because you should have an even plan and be an all you can be. It shouldn't be based on your income. All right. Next thing that Jill Stein will do. She will cancel student debt for $42 million like we did for Wall Street with quantitative easing. That is enough votes to win the presidency. Now her signature piece is right now we have over 42 million people that are in student loan debt. And they range from people from 17 years old to 70 still paying student loan debt or defaulted on a loan, and now they're in bankrupt. That does not help. First of all, we shouldn't have any kind of student debt because education should be free in America. People come to this country for our education. Their country have free education, but it's just getting educated in America that's stellar. Should we have to pay for that? Nobody should be able to pay for that. So she's saying not only can we cancel this debt, it's not going to cost the taxpayers anything. It's quantitative easing. It's what we did with some of the financial institutions because they really couldn't pay it off. Some organizations paid their bill off, but this went over to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve just basically canceled the debt, giving the banks the opportunity to put money back into the system. We can do the same thing to the victims of student loan debt. We can cancel their debt and put them in a position where that money that they normally would pay, $150, $100, $150, $200 a month, forever, back into the system, freeing them up to do what they need to do. Start a business, buy a car, buy a house, have some kids, save money, invest, this would help the American economy, a quantitative easing. Here's something important. No politicians, not even Hillary Clinton, not Donald Trump, nobody's talking about this. We will make reparations for slavery and injustices to the Native American Indian. In other words, she recognized that the slaves and the Indians really owned this country and had their country stolen from them, and the blacks were brought over here to build this country for the white-led government of that time. Now, we've changed a whole lot, still got a ways to go, but at that time, white ruling class ruled the country. But they did not run the country. The country was built on the backs of slaves, and it was taken from the land of the Native Americans. She's saying we believe because of this, we should be reprimanded. We should be rewarded for that. Indians and African Americans. You didn't know that, did you? Another one, we will create universal Medicare for all as a right at a huge savings to the country. We will end racial war on drugs, mass incarceration, and private prisons, period. Not government, all across the country, state, local, and all that. We will end radical war on drugs. We will legalize cannabis, research nutritional health, medical, industrial benefits. Now, me personally, I'm a former weed smoker, and I smoke too much weed. If it's for medical purposes, it's okay. Now, if there's health purposes for as recreational, I'm still kind of on the fence about that because I believe a pure system is a better system. That's just me. No drinking, no weed smoking, none of that. Your system doesn't need all those things to elevate you to the next level. You yourself and your what's on the inside, that's just me. You may like smoking weed. Hey, this is America. You like smoking weed? You think it should be a recreational drug? That's on you. Me personally, I don't want to smoke it, don't need it, don't want it. Now, if I was forced to have it medically, I'd rather take that drug over some of this chemically induced stuff any day. All right, now, so she wants to make that cannabis, legalize cannabis in research, nutritional health, medical, industrial benefits. Next, we will help immigrants with a legal pathway for citizenship. Not going to throw them all out. I mean, those criminals, I'm with Trump on that. If you're a criminal and you're in this country doing wrong, yeah, you need to go, doc. But those who came here for a better life, for better living, their parents came and your children, things like that, no, we will create a system where there's a legal pathway for citizenship. And that's not just for Mexicans. This is for anybody coming to the country. We will expand all human and civil rights with dignity for everyone. Everyone. I don't care what creed, even your nationality, even your sexuality. You as a human being deserve to be treated in equality. We will work to end all wars by establishing a foreign policy based on diplomacy and international law and human rights. No more being the bully in America. The American bully going to people's countries, messing with their own business in the name of national security and American interests when it's really about. We will put an end to the drone killings, funding, and arming of ISIS. So she has a plan to deal with ISIS, and she talked about it. Watch the videos on the playlist. I'm not a fan of drone wars. 90% of the people it very rarely hits the people who are supposed to hit. Too many innocent children, grandmothers, fathers, their whole lives getting destroyed because of something. Because we think somebody is in the building, and we bomb them, and we end up bombing a whole house full of people. We got to stop that. We'll bring the troops home from 700 plus military bases abroad and use the saving to invest in domestic infrastructure. We believe there should be only a few bases that really matter. Majority of these bases are old school. I mean, we're not even at war with Germany or nothing like that. So, in Germany, the only reason we probably need is something happen. I mean, there's reasons why we need to close a lot of the bases. Do we need to clean? I don't think we need to close them all, but majority of them don't need to be open. That money can go back to developing the country and people. We will end the Patriot Act, overturn Citizens United, and fight for campaign reform. We will oppose TPP, NAFTA, and other corporate trade agreements that steal our jobs and our legal rights. Believe me, that's what the TPP is going to do. Steal your job and steal your legal rights. It will hurt union workers like myself. We'll close tax loopholes in corporate welfare and tax the rich. We'll break up the banks too big to fail. And we will produce a power to the people plan. We are a power to the people plan. And we ask that you forget the lesser of the evil and fight for the greater good. So this is Jill Stein's platform. It's pretty similar to Bernie Sanders. It goes a little bit tougher when it comes to the drone wars and military intervention, but her policy is basically Bernie Sanders, the same as Bernie Sanders. Mind you, this policy has been her platform for a long time. When she ran in 2008, yes, she ran against Trump. She ran against Obama and Mitt Romney, but you didn't know about her because they tried to shut her out. They actually arrested her for trying to get into one of the debates. This is what I'm saying. We're not a tyranny. Americans' freedom is on fire. That's why I renamed the show. And these things like that, these simple little fires to our freedom, like not letting other opposition parties have an opportunity to talk about what they can do for America, giving them a shot. When you silence them and you black them out, that is tyranny. That is not. That is fascism. To push down and muzzle down somebody else's voice. And when they do that to you in protest, they pass laws where you can't openly say things in a protest. In a speaking event. That's against the law. Let me say what I need to say. Of course, you can escort me out and throw me in jail, but you should not tell me I don't have a right to oppose what you're saying. And I told my Bernie-crats that if you're a real Bernie-crat, if you're planning on protesting, you got to go in as a Hillary supporter and then take your shirt off. And every time she says something, you can say bull. And then let them escort you out because you believe that it's bull that she's coming out. It's your right to say that. That's our freedom of speech. Now, that's the platform. Go to the Meet Jill Stein, a Female Bernie Sanders playlist on the Bob TV channel and get to know her. I don't tell you, I'm voting for her. I would tell people who grow a spine and vote for Jill Stein, but I would not muscle you into voting. I ask that you take a look at her character, her policies, her ways, her what she's been doing in the past. Look at her vice president, the brother Ajamu Baraka. The brother is well known, spoke at the UN, known nationally for human rights and civil rights of all nations, you know, including the ones that we're bombing, the Browning people that we're bombing in this fight against ISIS. And he has said something, and he don't bite his tongue, and he mean what he said. And I agree with him on 100% of a lot of things that he said. So please go get to know Jill Stein's platform. Get educated. Watch the video. She's very smart. She's very educated. And if you put him, help her get in debates, she will obliterate Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and show why she is the ultimate choice. If you really want to save this country, and if you really want Bernie Sanders movement to our revolution, the real our revolution, to move on and get ignited and take over the narrative and put the power back into the people, then take a look at Jill Stein. Just take a look. And like I said, I don't tell you what to do. I just ask that you take a look. It don't hurt. I voted for Bernie Sanders because I've seen him in the past, but then I read a book on him, and then I saw him. Then I actually had the opportunity to be in the same room with the man. With TWU, my union, represent, and it was awesome. So take a look at it. You're your own person. This is America. We haven't gone to dictatorship yet, but some of these ones that's running right now that's trying to silence these voices, they have dictator-like tendencies. The problem is, Donald Trump may have a dictator mindset and dictator tendencies. Hillary Clinton has a dictator mindset. She have dictator tendencies, and I'll go in a video about that soon. But the whole DNC are operating in dictator tactics. And if you go and look at my video, how the DNC used fascist tactics for Hillary Clinton to win, then you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. I'm Bob TV, baby. Thank you for watching. The new name now is Freedom on Fire, because our freedom is literally on fire, and we have to get fired up to stand up against this. Peace. Hey, and I can say feel the burn, right? Because freedom's on fire. All right, hey, grow a spine. See, I always mess that up. Grow a spine and vote Jill Stein. Peace.